Rain is shocked when Arios informs him he has been kicked out of the party. Leanne answers fiercely that it was done because he is worthless when Rain presses her for an explanation. At this point, other group members begin making fun of him, and when he attempts to speak, Arios advises him against doing so because it would be pitiful. Rain therefore departs from the group and returns the equipment. Rain begins to consider what he ought to do in the approaching metropolis. Some kids approached him while he was still deliberating and inquired as to whether or not he had finished the task. Then they ask him to perform the customary action, which Rain gladly does. When Rain notices an eagle flying, he forms a brief alliance with it. The youngsters are overjoyed by his request for the eagle to greet them, so he decides to release it. The kids inform Rain that instead of being heroes, they want to train to be beast tamers like him. When Rain asks about this, they respond that while the other party members always appear unpleasant, Rain is unique and always interacts with them. He now recalls the obnoxious behavior of the attendees whenever he discusses the hero party. After giving it some thought, he chooses to pursue adventure. Rain submits his name for registration as an explorer at the Adventurers Guild. He requests information on the Adventurers system from Natalie Brow, the guild receptionist. She provides him with the necessary information and consults his class. She becomes worried when Rain mentions his class as a beast tamer, which causes Rain to recall what Leanne had previously told him, but Rain assures her that everything would be alright. Then, as a registration test, he was instructed to dispatch 10 goblins. He located the goblins with the aid of a squirrel and began to assault them. He puts them to death and gathers the magical stones. Then, after hearing a scream, he realizes that a female is being surrounded by a killer tiger. He makes the decision to attack it with his knife, but the weapon breaks because of how tough the target's skin is. He saw the girl leap at a fast rate of speed and slam the deadly tiger as it was closing in on him. The girl is from the cat tribe, which Rain notices is allegedly an endangered species. When the girl stumbles, Rain asks whether she's alright. She claims to be famished. She thanks Rain for giving him some food and introduces herself as Kanade. Rain shares with her about his exile as they begin to chat about themselves, making Kanade upset with the hero. Rain presents the loot from his adventure to Natalie, the guild receptionist of the Adventurers Guild, who tells him that he has successfully completed the Adventurers Trial. He is now considered an F-ranked explorer and has been awarded 50 copper coins for finishing the mission. Natalie adds that even if the reward is meager, Rain will rank up and get paid more for his efforts after he completes additional assignments. Rain points out that, in order to move up the rankings, he will require housing and will thus need to increase his income. Later, Kanade and Rain cross paths in the cafeteria. There, he tells her that he is now a recognized adventurer and asks if she would want to accept a mission. A guy approaches the two as Kanade accepts gladly, and he shows immediate interest in Kanade because she is a cat spirit. Kanade rejects the guy when he tries to woo her, saying that Rain is her tamer and as such, she belongs to him. The guy challenges Rain to an arm wrestling match with Kanade as the prize because he finds it difficult to comprehend that cat spirits are one of the supreme species. Rain reluctantly agrees to the challenge and, to his astonishment, wins it right away. When Natalie arrives, the issue has already escalated. She offers Rain her apologies and mentions that the guild was aware of the man's actions and was contemplating suspending his license. Natalie takes care of the guy and apologizes publicly on behalf of the guild, but her inner critic comes out when she queries Rain about how he was able to control Kanade. Natalie regains her calm and drags the man away as this causes both Rain and Kanade to quake in terror. Rain questions how he got so powerful after Natalie was gone, and Kanade replies that it was because of the bargain he made with her. His resulting strength increased as a result. Rain is a little taken aback by the notion that his strength is comparable to Kanade's because no one in his community has ever experienced anything like this. When they conduct herb gathering again, Kanade's hopes of starting a new employment are dashed. Kanade gripes that they ought to be performing a more opulent task. However, Rain explains that due to his F rank, they are only permitted to carry out basic tasks. Rain strikes a short-term agreement with several horned rabbits to gather their required amount of herbs, even though she is motivated to give it her all so they can level up and receive more experience. Kanade was as dejected about this as Rain was, but she hears screams in the distance, so Rain proposes they go see what it is. The Aben Fangs, a band of robbers, are encircling an elderly man and his mule there. Kanade tells Rain about the Aben Fangs' fearsome reputation as a bandit brigade with 100 men to its ranks while hiding behind a nearby bush. Kanade thinks they should retreat and seek assistance, but Rain disagrees and feels they should face the bandits head-on. Kanade is instructed to rescue the elderly man while Rain deals with the robbers since she admires her master's audacity. The two then ambush the thieves, and while Rain battles with them, Kanade checks on the elderly man while voicing her concern that Rain might not be able to manage his newfound strength in her inner monologue. However, while Kanade watches Rain battling the robbers, her heart begins to race, and as he finishes, Kanade's face turns crimson, leading Rain to fear she was injured. However, Kanade disputes the information, and the elderly man speaks out to thank the two for their assistance. The elderly man then describes how he was protected by a gang of intrepid travelers, but they left when the bandits showed up, and he expresses his worry about the Aben Fang's retaliation. To Kanade's dismay, Rain resolves to deal with the remaining Aben Fangs after giving the matter some thought. Rain briefly hires several local animals to scout the region for the Aben Fangs while they go to their objective. Kanade is given an explanation of his motivation for dealing with the remaining Ebony Fangs members, and he tells her that he has a strategy for doing so. They soon arrive at the hiding place of the Ebony Fangs, and Kanade is disappointed that a vital mission was once again completed before her by a temporarily contracted animal. Kanade eventually recovers her calm and acknowledges that she was merely having fun with Rain before accepting his apology and inquiring as to the next course of action. Rain explains that the strategy depends on another short-term agreement with a Abi, who has the ability to render someone paralyzed for up to 12 hours. Rain explains to Kanade that while he was learning the fundamentals of the Tamer subclass insect taming in his hometown village after being surprised that Rain could tame an insect despite being a beast tamer. Kanade is instructed to return to the town and get reinforcements while he has the Abis deal with the Ebony Fang members, much to Kanade's surprise. Kanade was once more discouraged by her worth as Rain's familiar, but she eventually snaps out of it and realizes the necessity of reinforcements. The Order of Knights, an organization assigned by the government to maintain peace in the territories, were the reinforcements Rain sought. Kanade departs after realizing what she must do, and when a swarm of Abis shows up, Rain strikes a temporary agreement with them all. In other places, it is revealed that Mina and Lian, two of the three adventurers charged with guarding the elderly man before, were formerly Rain's friends. The two bemoan their predicament and the fact that Arios and Agoth were enjoying themselves with the nobles while they were compelled to work as adventurers. The beast tamer they were teamed with then receives their ire for being an inadequate beast tamer, which they subsequently target towards him. The beast tamer, in contrast, argues that he was unable of completing the two's requests because they were too intricate. He also says it's impossible for a beast tamer to tame more than 20 creatures, which Lian thinks is a lie and holds the beast tamer accountable for their failure. Returning to Rain's side, his Abis deal with the remaining Ebony Fangs members, and Kanade shows up with reinforcements. Lian coerces and threatens her into accepting the responsibility, but she still refuses to believe that Rain is any more than the rubbish she considered him to be. Rain observes that there are no Knights of Order present and that only adventurers are handling the immobilized bandits. The Knights of Order did not have time to deal with a bunch of cutpurses, one of the reinforcements confesses. The three Aben Fang members and later Rain are attacked by a trio of ferocious king lizards who have just broken out of their wooden enclosure. Rain and Kanade work together to defeat the monsters, enabling the explorers to transport the Ebony Fang members out of the region. Finally, with Kanade still clutching the king lizard's magical stones, Rain and Kanade leave the Ebony Fang's base, and their fellow explorers congratulate them on their success. The compliment is favorably received by Rain, who is appreciative of Kanade's assistance and remembers being expelled from Ario's party for being worthless.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.